Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the first race of the weekend here at Monza. And while we have got an absolute show for you today, the first race of the weekend is the Lotus Cup Europe. It's going to be pretty darn exceptional. I'm telling you now, qualifying was exceptional. We actually do indeed have Balog on pole position, a previous champion. We've then got Vizin in P1, who's the current champion. Sorry, he's in P2, should I say. He is the current champion, but unfortunately didn't get the whole qualifying session in because he had a front left brake issue, we believe. And there is indeed Natalie Genode-Prochet in the production car. So in the 2110 championship, she was actually the champion last season. Eric Libor then is the next driver that we will be looking at. We'll be starting in P14 on the grid, on the 7th row of the grid. Then we've got McNulty, one of the two McNultys on the grid today. Not as obnoxious of livery as Jason, but still very shiny indeed. Jason's livery is just brilliant. Toby Goodman then in the number 85. Starting down in P16. And then we've got the two Edwards down in P17 and P18. Doors are all closing here then, ladies and gentlemen. We've got ourselves 50 seconds left until we go racing here. 30 minutes of racing for this championship. We've got three different classes. We have got the 2110, we've got the production, and we've got the V6 Cup. V6 Cup being the faster of the cars. But we have got an absolute prospect of a race here. The top four, we've got Balog, Vizin, Burkus, and McNulty. All four of those drivers are absolutely exceptional. So this is, this is very promising for sure. Around Monza as well, it's going to be a lot of slipstreaming. It's all about getting those tyres up to temperature as early as possible and just trying to get away on the first lap of the race. Here we go then. The pace car takes us away. Managing those tyres early is very, very key to victory for sure. And I was talking about obnoxious liveries. Look at Jason McNulty's livery at the front end. He's going to be starting from P4, but it is gold and purple. It is a thing of beauty or the most horrendous thing you've ever seen in your life. It is one of those. It is the Marmite car of the season for sure. And it's growing on me. The jury's out. I've got a whole weekend to get used to it, but right now the jury is out on Jason McNulty's livery. As it stands, I'm either going to be going out there and trying to find a picture and frame it and put it up in the living room, or I'm not. I'm on the fence. Well, our 18-car grid then are all coming up towards Curve Grande for the first time. It is Balog then who is on pole position, two-time champion. We've then got Vizin, who's the current champion, in P2. Burkus then is in P3. And that makes up a three-way in terms of the Hungarians. The Hungarian revolution is well and truly on, that is for sure, as they indeed do take the first top three spots in this championship. We've then got Jason McNulty, and we've indeed had a little bit of fun with his livery, but ultimately he's got some serious pace today. Then we've got Robin Nilsson, Thierry Verheist in 6th position, Sven Pettersson and Georgi Balog in P7 and P8, Nikolai Ibsen, Jean-Pierre Genode-Prochet. We've then got Paul Marichal, Ronald Andrzejek, Natalie Genode-Prochet. We've then got Eric Libor, David McNulty, Toby Goodman, Mick Edwards, Bailey Edwards as your 18 cars. You can see there the exit of the Lesmos. They're on their way up towards Ascari here. And then we've got a 30-minute timed race. See the medical car in the background as well. Oh, hold on. I need to check. Did Nilsson make it to the grid? I don't think he would have done. No, Nilsson did not make it to the grid, unless he started from the back. So he had a big smash earlier in qualifying. He qualified P5, but yeah, as you can see, he is not the 5th car. It would have been a blue and yellow car, very Swedish-looking car. So that indeed has promoted the Heist up into 5th. But I would imagine the grid will stay as it was. So there'll just be a slot open. I would imagine we'll find out very shortly. As we do indeed go 2 by 2. Yeah, there we go. There's the big hole. So, yeah. Breaking news then. Robin Nilsson, unfortunately, is not going to be able to take part in this race. It was a big smash. It was a big damaged car. We just hope that he might be able to get it fixed. The main thing is that he's okay, because it was a big hit. He seemed okay. He seemed pretty angry. So, yeah, that's it. It says to me that he's all good. But, yeah, maybe he could potentially get the car fixed for tomorrow. Who knows? We'll see. Anyway, first race of the weekend. We've had qualifyings, we've had free practices, we have had absolutely all sorts of action here, but this is where the points are indeed earned. It is Balog on pole, Vizin in second. Balog's in the black car on the right-hand side. Vizin's in the red car on the left-hand side. We've then got in behind them Burkus, who is in the black car in 3rd position. And, well, the purple and gold, if you forget who that is, then, well, I don't know whether I can help you anymore. McNulty in P4. The pace car is going to pull away here. And then it will indeed be when the lights go green. It's the Lotus Cup Europe, ladies and gentlemen. It is round number 1. We are here at Spa, and as you can see, they're all starting to go quicker. And again, they've got to anticipate this as we come up towards the line. And when do the lights go green? Patience is a virtue here. They will be looked at in terms of their delta as well. And across the line we go. Still not going yet. There we go. It's green. Light racing. I tell you what, it's McNulty with an absolute flyer from P4. Can he potentially make the move up towards P2? Balog's got away nicely here. Vizin, who had troubles with his brakes here. This is going to be the big tester down in towards turn number 1 as to whether his brakes are all good here. McNulty's going to have to go round the long way here and actually get sent out wide there. Never going to work out. And Vizin, then, who is the current champion, will have to filter in into P2. Great start there by Balog. Vizin second. Burkus is the one who's dropped down. He's now down into P4. The Heist then is in P5. Pettersson is in P6. As they come up towards Curve Grande, a bit of 2x2 action then in the background here as well. And it looks like they're all going to get through relatively nicely. Yeah, they do. Vizin, wow, you've said there's any problems with his brakes? It actually looks like he might have just run wide there ever so slightly. But nice to see if... No, he did. He run a hell of a lot wide there. So Jason McNulty has just found himself a little overlap on the inside out on the exit of the chicane. As they come up towards the Lesmos and wondering whether he can get it done. Well, he's still there, not quite committed enough, unfortunately. And Vizin then leaning on all of that experience. Of course, our current champion in this championship. And actually, he runs wide there on the exit of the Lesmos, and now it's the long run up towards Ascari. McNulty is going to have the outside line, but I think he's going to have it done. I think he is going to have it done. Then up to P2, then it will be for Jason McNulty. And what a first lap it's been for him. Halfway through the lap here, and he's gained 2 positions. Vizin is not good. Yeah, Vizin's not anywhere near him. Also, the braking point here for Ascari. None of these drivers would have been, in terms of slipstream braking, as early as they would be up there. And also, we've had 2 incidents this weekend where oil has been spilt all over the circuit. So Ascari is sketchy at the best of times when you're in qualifying or in free practice. But now when you're really pushing the car and you've got other cars around you, it becomes a whole different beast entirely. So these two then, battling for position, has ultimately let Balog drive away. Burkus then struggling here. Oh, the loss of the rear there from McNulty. Complete loss of weightlessness there. He just, like, yeah, almost went sideways. Almost a 180-degree angle. Seems to have sorted it out pretty nicely here. And the top end of that car seems like it's geared very, very long. And McNulty, after making a little bit of a mistake there, has indeed sorted himself out nicely. And takes P2. Vizin then down to P3. He'll want to try and get back this position as soon as possible. Burkus then, who qualified P3, is down the order. The Heist then under a little bit of pressure here from Pettersson. And then you've got Geno Prochet, who's moved up into P7. As it gets confirmed then. There's actually Balog. Yeah, Balog's in P7. And Geno Prochet in P8. So the Balogs are currently P1 and P7. Where's the other McNulty? Well, David's moved up into P12 then, from 16th from the grid. Oh, big mistake there from the number 17. That's Edwards. And Edwards looks like he might lose out here then, down in towards that chicane. Because that is Pettersson. So Pettersson's dropped down here. He's trying to make a move on for Heist. We've got Balog just in behind. Balog would love a top 5 here. But it is all about the Hungarians in this championship. It really is. Top 4, 3 of them in the top 4. Top 7, there's 4 of them. And we've got the one Brit then, McNulty in P2 as it stands. The Heist then is the Belgian. So we head up then through Ascari for what would be the second time. Car number 14 there, so that's Natalie making her way through that chicane again. Prior champion. So we head then down in towards Parabolica, and they've just lost touch here with the front 4. The Heist struggling for a little bit of pace here, and I believe the Petterson's probably got the legs underneath that car to pedal it past. But again, we're seeing, just like McNulty, just able to drive away here with the top end. 2.7 seconds then is the lead for indeed Balog, who leads the way. As we head then down in towards turn number 1. And Verheist there just getting squared up. Obviously having to go in there a little bit defensively, which means his exit speed is going to be compromised, but ultimately deals with it pretty nicely. And job is a good one. And into the pits then comes McNulty. So I'm wondering, it doesn't look like there's any penalties here, so that says to me there might be some damage. Yeah, that might be a game over situation. Yeah, there's no penalty here. They're having a little chat, and that doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. Who it does look good for, though, is Balog. Currently P1, and lapping very quickly indeed. 2.7 seconds as they cross the line, but I'm going to tell you now, it's a lot more than that. I reckon it could be nearer 3 seconds as it stands, maybe 3.5. So Bent Balog's still winning. He is the champion in 2018 and 2019, and actually had to take a break last season because of the global pandemic. And he, well, could have made it 3 in a row. And, well, with the pace he showed here so far, you'd be a very, very tough to bet against that. Still leading the way. Says 2.7 seconds again. I think it's going to be a little bit more than that. McNulty, what a drive. Again, we can debate the livery all we like, but in terms of actual driving, in terms of actual prowess on the circuit, 4th to 2nd in the race, this is where you earn your points. And it's been a fantastic start from him. Was under a pressure here from our actual current champion, our reigning champion, Vizin. And he dealt with it nicely. He's been able to drive away. Vizin now, what, 0.8 of a second behind McNulty, but I think that's going to be closer to maybe 1.5 as they cross the line. Is it going to be, oh, okay, it's going to be around about 4 seconds, you know, the lead of this race. So we will get that confirmed once they cross the line, and it is 3.7. So Vizin is nearer 2 seconds behind then in 3rd, and all of a sudden now, we've got Burkus who's starting to find a little bit of form. Verheist then still defending in that orange livery. As we've got a very, very late lock-up there then by Verheist. Verheist is now going to defend. And I tell you what, they're going to be under pressure then from the Lotus in behind them as well. So the second gurgly Balog is now coming through as well. Door's been left open here. Verheist will close it. Again, Verheist seems to just have a little bit more in that underneath the bonnet of that car, or I guess underneath the boot of the car. And I'll tell you what, my favourite livery of this championship is Balog in P7. It's got a Lotus livery that is very, very reminiscent of what the last Formula 1 car was for Lotus. Gold and black with a little red trim. Beautiful car. Back in the days of Roman Grosjean and Kimi Räikkönen. Here's the lock-up then. The rear's really locking up. That is going to be, yeah, he's going to lose a couple of fillings there for sure. That is going to be a jawbreaker for the rest of this race. It's going to be rattling. And now really it is Pettersson's job to take full advantage of that. He'll want to get that done as soon as possible. The longer it goes on, the smoother that tyre will get. As you can see, the front four have kind of just separated out a little bit here. Balog still leading the way. Beautiful drive from him so far. Got off the line very, very well in the rolling start. McNulty, the best start out of everybody. Again, gaining 2 spots from 4th up to 2nd. Vizin's the one who's dropped down 1 position. Burkus has dropped down 1 position. Thierry Verheijst still ahead of Peterson. Although Peterson is making the move then up the inside. Bob's your dad's brother takes the move down towards Parabolica. And finally then, Peterson maybe looking to move towards that top 4. And Verheijst, who's got a very quick car again in the straight line, so he might be able to nibble back at turn 1. But ultimately, I think the damage might have been done with that lockup. Oh, no! Big scenes here as McNulty then. P2 is off the circuit, and both McNultys, I think, are out of the race. So what has happened here then? So there's going to be double yellows waved here, and I'm wondering if that might be a safety car worthy. Oh, there's smoke. There might be fire here. He is furious. What a start it's been for McNulty. Again, the marshal's just telling them to get out of the way. Safety first. Got to make sure he's okay. But what is going on here? Did his engine just go? Oh, no. He's got a puncture. So rear left puncture. We've seen that a few times. Oh, it's completely gone. The carcass of the tyres left on track. I think that might be a safety car, you know. And that is big damage to the wheel arch as well. Oh, wow. Do you know what? That could have been so much worse than it was. That is the longest braking zone there is. I am so thankful that McNulty's okay. Again, he'll be furious because of the race result, but he'll look back on this and think, wow, okay, there are bigger things to be worried about here. And the fact that he's going to be okay here and he didn't hit anything is actually quite remarkable. Gutted for him in terms of race results, but just thankful that he's okay. Still the most obnoxious livery on the grid. Starting to really come in, starting to really love it, to be fair. But yeah, so unfortunate. And you can see the frustration here. It looked like something was on fire, but it is the smoke then from the, the tyre taking out the wheel arch. And again, have we got a safety car here? Still green flag racing here. There's a tyre carcass on circuit. They've got yellow flags being waved, and there we go. Safety car has indeed come out. So we have indeed got a safety car here. And poor McNulty. And both McNultys. Looks like they're both going to be out of this race. Such a shame. The McNulty name is synonymous with the Lotus Cup Europe. So unfortunate. And Vizin's been given a freebie here. Same as Burkus. Peterson as well. So there we go. Safety car here. And that is the best course of action. A lot of carbon fibre on the circuit as well. With that tyre exploding, it did just indeed take so much of the wheel arch out as well. We saw Vizin nearly get clattered by it. This is going to close everybody up once again. But again, that could have been nasty. That could have been really nasty. Again, the longest braking zone we've got on this circuit, regardless of the pace of the cars. And you can see there, look at the tyre, look at the tread marks. Look at his left. So that is a scary one. Just thankful that everybody's okay. You can see he's absolutely furious. Shaking the head once again. And again, it's not just a case of a puncture here as well. It's the damage that's caused, because it proper blew out, and the carcass really did cause some serious damage to that left rear. So we've got the witch's broomstick there. And the car's out of the way. There's one fan then getting some photo opportunities in. Very reminiscent of Castro Neves after winning his 4th Indy 500. Climbing the fence. Us motorsport fans will do anything to watch cars go around a circuit and to smell the burning of petrol. So we are under safety car here. We've got 17 minutes, 20 seconds left to go of this race. as it stands, it is Balog that leads here. Vizin is now back up to second. Burkus in third. Pettersson fourth. Verheist is in fifth position. Then we've got Gurgly Balog. So the two Balogs both in the top six. We have then got ourselves Marichal in P7. Ibsen P8. Genode Prachet is in what would be P9. So that's Jean-Pierre. And then we've got Andrasek, or Andrashek, should I say, in P10. And then we've got Natalie Genode Prachet in P11. P12 then is Libor. Goodman then is in P13. And then we've got the two Edwards in P14 and indeed P15 as the debris is being wiped off the circuit here, getting us ready to go once again. So you've got Bailey Edwards, currently sat then in P15. And then you've got Mick Edwards, who's currently sat in P14. Can hardly separate them. But we've got at least one more lap here of the safety car. So I reckon if the safety car comes in now, we're going to have about 13 minutes of sprint racing. This does give the chance for everybody to catch up. So here is a replay of this race start here, and you can see, look at McNulty in that golden purple. Vizin, for the experience that driver has, just got absolutely mugged off. And if we were ever worried about his brakes going into turn one, well, he went very late and he went side by side with McNulty. Here you can see it, look at that. The number one car on the left-hand side of your screen, the number 11 then on the right-hand side. So yeah, if we had any worries about Vizin's brakes after free practice, this morning, well, they were quashed very, very quickly indeed. Here we go. We're going to see now McNulty's tyre just go. It just went. Look at the damage it's caused here. Look at it. Look at parts of the car flying everywhere. Again, just super thankful that that did not cause his car to swap ends. We saw earlier on with Robin Nilsson a little bit slower, but up towards the Ascari, as soon as something like this happens, you can swap the car around. So that means that your rear wants to become the front, and then you're not in control of that car. That could have been very similar there. Very good car control in the end. So safety car still out, as you can see there by the sign. And the lights are still flashing on top of the safety car. So we may have one more. Or I guess on the back straight here, we might get the lights go out. Again, the marshals, superb job from them. Without those men and women, we would not be able to race. Or we wouldn't be able to have the entertainment that you guys are watching at home, or whether you're there, part of the team, all sorts. As you can see, these the gaggle of Lotuses here is just still trying to catch up to the back of the pack. It's almost like they've been given a NASCAR wave by. They've all got the lucky dog. But 13 minutes, 35 seconds to go. Here we go. So we're going to go again here. It looks like we're starting single file. Down then in towards Parabolica, and he's gone. Race leader then Balog has decided to go early here, and I tell you what, the biggest winner of this situation is Pettersson. So Pettersson, who had to fight tooth and nail to get himself ahead of Thierry Verheist and move up into a top four. Well, now he is piling on that pressure to indeed Burkus. The lead, though, it is Balog, as it has been this entire race. Vizin, he's gained a position due to the incident with McNulty. And look at that battle for P3 then. Can Pettersson make one more move? Can he get onto that podium position? Doesn't look like he's quite close enough here. As Thierry Weiss has gone very, very defensive. And Gurgly Balog now looking to get two Balogs into the top five. Could we potentially see a double podium for them? That remains to be seen. Through the first chicane they come. Everybody through nicely indeed. Great stuff. So again, it looks like we've already filtered everybody out at this stage. Everyone's just chilling at this point of the race. As they come then through the second chicane. Oh, big moment there. That's a huge moment there. That's for P7, that was. It was a good move then. So Jean-Pierre has just made a move on Ibsen. Ibsen just runs a little bit wide through that second chicane. And that was enough. That was absolutely enough. See Balog then trying to battle with the heist. He got him. He has. So there we go. Balog does move up into that top 5. So 2 Balogs in the top 5 as it stands. Good day for them. And he's already gone here. Absolutely smoked. Off we go. So Marechal and Ibsen now battling for positions still, just in behind. See the striped cars there. They've all racing for basically the same car. They've just got different colour stripes at the middle with the grey colour. And I think under a little bit of pressure here might be Ibsen. Because right now then we've got Edwards versus Goodman. Goodman trying to make the move in that turquoise number 85. Edwards then get across to defend down towards Parabolica. And I tell you what, if you look at these cars from this angle, they just look like they're smiling. They look how happy these cars look. And you see there's a little bit of a mistake there through Ascari. Door open, door closed. Goodman, don't think you've got the key. But look how smiley these cars look. Especially the number 85. It's like a happy dog. If that car had a tail, it would be wagging. And again, here we go. This is for the potential move, for the potential position. Actually, it's the number 33 car, isn't it? Yeah, Edwards now trying to look to go forward here. There's a bit of a mistake there from the 35. So Mick Edwards leading this little pack of cars. With around about 10 minutes to go on the clock. And to head then down in towards that second chicane. And you see there's another mistake by the number 33. That is not good there by Ben Edwards. And the 85 trying to come back through then. So Goodman's lost out here. So he's made a mistake. He was battling with the other Edwards on the previous lap. But now he's found himself here behind 2 of them. So through the second Lesmo here. And off he goes. Nice move there. Goodman being very patient, but ultimately wanted to get on with it as well. But meanwhile, that means that Mick Edwards has been able to drive away. Nice to see there's battles all over the circuit, though. This is right at the back end. Underneath the tunnel. Up towards Ascari again. This has been kind of the main protagonist in terms of incidents this weekend, is Ascari. Especially under braking. A lot of oil's been spilt there as well. 8 minutes, 40 seconds to go. And all of a sudden here, we've got a pretty nice battle for P2. As it stands, it is a Hungarian 1, 2, 3, and 5. Pettersson spoiling the 1, 2, 3, 4. He's currently in that P4 position under a lot of pressure from, indeed, Gergely Balag. But this is the battle for P2. Vizin is a previous champion. With Burkus in behind him. There's going to be no love lost here. It may be the first round, and of course, if you want to build a championship, you need to just chill out. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. There's a drive-through penalty, by the way. It didn't tell me exactly who it was. Number 34, overtaking under the safety car. So that is not great news for Mick Edwards. So Mick Edwards then has got a drive-through penalty, and here is a mistake then. And oh, just dropped it. Got on the power too heavily, and unfortunately just drops it. You see there, just lit the car up. Slightest of touches onto the throttle when not needed. And Andrzejczyk then finds himself facing the wrong way. Could be worse though. Could have hit something. Could have had damage to the car. So the only thing damaged really is a bit of pride. But just dust yourself off, get back involved. Job is a good one. So Balog still leading the way, Viz in second, Burkus, Pettersson, Balog in fifth. Again, the two Balogs in the top five. The Heist, Ibsen, Marichal, Andrzejczyk just about to lose a couple of spots to the Genode Prochets. Jean-Pierre and Natalie, look like they're both going to gain spots here. Once we have indeed seen the drive-through. Oh, sorry, it's not Andrzejczyk. Andrzejczyk just had a spin. Sorry, it's Mick Edwards who's got the drive-through penalty. Apologies. Well, we're looking at the car in the background here, but the car we should be looking at is Goodman. Goodman has just gone in to build some sandcastles, realised very quickly that it's not really the weather for that, and didn't want to get too involved with it. Gets back out, and he's like, right, let's not do that again. And actually, already closed up to the back here of Mick Edwards. Again, Edwards should be coming in this lap, I would imagine, so I can't see him fighting too hard. I think it'd be a little bit silly to fight hard for this position. Again, Goodman with the smiliest Lotus ever. Such a happy-looking car. It reminds me of the Ginetta Juniors. As Goodman then goes around the outside, I'm sure he would have been relayed the information via the radio. The car in front of him does indeed need to serve a drive-through penalty. He will have 3 laps to serve that, so he's not taking it this time. And I guess it's the first time he's been told, to be fair. That was a big old sign. So I guess we're going to see here him overtake under the safety car. Well, no, we're just going to see the restart here. So it went 3 wide real quick behind, didn't it? And actually, just thinking about it, Jason McNulty's in this picture. So this is for the restart, isn't it? Yes. Okay, so this is not the restart. It's the start of the race, where McNulty got an absolute flyer of a start. The dream start for him. Through Curve Grande, they both come here. And again, Goodman is going to have seen that sign, and you'll be like, oh, come on, man. You got to come into the pits. Come on, dude, man. Do me a favor. Balog, by the way, he has checked out. He has got a ticket to the podium, and he is ready to get it punched. P1 as it stands, the battle for P3. Not that close, but I'll tell you what, the battle for P4 is. And Balog making his way up to make it 2 Balogs in the top 4. Late on the brakes here, and I tell you what, he is going to get that tucked in nicely. And it didn't look like it was going to be tidy, but his exit was very tidy. Great move there from Balog. Very aggressive, but ultimately gets the car stopped, and that is ever worth it. And maybe if the 2 cars in front just fight for the next 4 minutes, we may see Balog on the podium twice. So Pettersson, who spent all of his race battling to get up into a top 4, has unfortunately lost it to a car that was behind him. Although there's a bit of a mistake there through the second chicane, and look at the momentum shift here then. So can Pettersson potentially find a cheeky little overlap down in towards the left as he can? Is he going to make the move? No, he will not. So he's going to try and force the mistake here from Balog, and there it is. Completely crosses over the steering, loses the rear, still holds on to the position. And again, you can just see how much more aggressive on the braking Pettersson is able to do. But look at this. As I talk about aggressiveness on braking and Pettersson being good, we're actually going to see quite the opposite here, down towards turn number 1. Pulls up the slipstream, got that momentum shift. And you think here, has he got enough of an overlap? Probably not. Well, if you want an overtake done around the outside, hire a Hungarian, because Balog has just completely torn up the textbook and rewritten it. Beautiful move. Really, really nice stuff. And he's still ahead as well. So he's going to be under pressure for a good couple of laps here as well, I would imagine. Maybe till the end of the race. But he's done what he needed to do. And that means, ladies and gentlemen, it is a Hungarian 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is a Hungarian revolution, and I am all for it. So a couple of laps to go here, 2 laps to go. Balog leads the way from Vizin. Burkus then is in 3rd. Then we've got another Balog. Gurgly Balog then is in 4th. Pettersson 5th. The Heist in 6th. Ibsen is in 7th. We've then got Marichal, should I say, in P8. And, well, there's a mistake then from the number 52, and that is actually Marichal. Don't think he's lost a position. And, well, there's a... Yeah, look at that rubber. Look at that seal of the windscreen. Just peeled off there. Yeah, that's not supposed to be like that. That car isn't waving at you. That is broken. So try to get rid of that mistake out of your system. And again, here there'll be a lot of cars out of position at this stage of the race. And with another race tomorrow, it's kind of like, right, what can I learn over the next couple of laps here that's really going to put me in good stead for race winning tomorrow? Calling yourself Balag seems to be the best option moving forward. Not being called McNulty is also a good option. They have had a torrid time today. Hopefully they'll be back strong. And again, like I say, their name is synonymous with this championship, the McNultys. And again, hopefully their cars are super, super good tomorrow and they can get all of the issues fixed. Again, through Ascari. Off they go. This is the battle for P4. It would appear that Pedersen may have found some more pace. As we've got 1 minute 14 seconds to go, we are about to head on to the final lap of today's race. The first race of the weekend, and I think it's been a pretty good one. As we've got a replay here, and wow, that is definitely a line through there. Is that beached? Is that beached? I think it might be. This might be another safety car. We might be finishing under safety car here. If that car's beached, I very much doubt that we are going to be continuing here, because that is very, yeah, that's beached. So I think we're going to get a safety car here. For sure, it's going to be double yellow flags. And I'll tell you what, Marachat was going to score some very good points, but unfortunately, that's not going to be the case now. Still no sign of a safety car here, so I guess the double yellows are probably going to be good enough, as they are on the final lap of today's race. As again, we're just looking at number 52 car here in the gravel trap. So that is so, so close. I'm not too sure the leaders have gone past that point now. That's the question. So here's Balog. Balog is caught up to the back here then of the pack. And we will not be having a safety car here. This is the final lap of the race. They didn't need a safety car. They are past the point of where that car was off the circuit. You can see in the background that there is a battle going on for what would be P2 and P3. As we head then down in towards Parabolica for the very final time. And I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, the champion from 2018 and 2019 could not take part in 2020 due to the global pandemic. He wanted to try and go for a hat-trick last season. Again, was unable to do so. And what's the best way then of indeed getting redemption? Well, turning up to Monza for round number 1 and picking up that checkered flag. Great win then from Bence Balog. He will take the checkered flag. Congratulations to him. In second spot then it will be Vizin, who is the current champion. Again, another Hungarian. In third spot then it's going to be Burkus. You guessed it, from Hungary. And then we've got another Balog. 2 Balogs in the top 4. Where's he from? It's that country, Hungary. They are hungry for wins for sure. Pedersen will be in the top 5. For Heist, looks like he's going to finish in 6th. Ibsen in 7th. Then we have got the Genode Prache in P7, P8 and P9. Then we've got Andrashek as your top 10. We will get that officially confirmed, but it's been some lows for the McNultys, but it's been some real highs for the Balogs. Viz in there giving out a wave. He's pretty happy. Seems like he's very, very happy. Burkus seems like he's very, very happy as well. Good results all around for them. And to be honest, considering they've had 2 meetings cancelled, Hockenheim and indeed Spa, the fact that they've just got to race is a bonus at this stage. Again, we wish the very best to Robin Nielsen, who had an incident in qualifying which rendered him unable to partake in this race particularly. Hopefully, he gets his car all back and fixed for tomorrow. And the McNultys. Hopefully their cars are all fixed for tomorrow. I'm not too sure whether Jason's will be fixed. The whole rear left wheel arch was completely capitulated by a blowout tyre, and I'm not too sure about McNulty. No idea as to what. It looked like it might just be a mechanical issue. Yeah, I think it might have just been a mechanical issue for David. Again, hopefully they're both back for tomorrow's race number 2. And then job is a good one. So here we go. Looks like we're going to get the official confirmation then of the race results here at Monza. And well, we've got 4 classes of car around this circuit this weekend. And this was the first car to indeed take on Monza in race trim. We had 1 safety car, but it was a very, very exciting race indeed. The number 95 car, though, of indeed Bence Balog, has taken the maximum points here. Qualified pole, and indeed has got the maximum points for the race as well. Say the red, the gold, and the black. Very reminiscent of the last Lotus Formula 1 car. One of my all-time favorites as well. So very nice paint scheme. You've got to respect it. Plenty of camera time, as they deserve, being the race winner. And it may look cool, calm and collected and easy. It certainly wasn't. Consistently banging in those lap times for the Hungarian. But here we go then. It is Bence Balog then who will take the spoils here. But it is a front 4 for the Hungarians. It is a Hungarian revolution. Balog, Vizin, Burkett and Balog are your top 4. Pettersson, Verheist, Ibsen, Genode, Prache rounds out your top 8. We have then got ourselves Andrashek and Genode Prache as your top 10. Libor, Goodman, Edwards, Marichal, and then we've got the 2 McNultys down at the bottom there. What a great start it's been to the championship. I will now leave you with your podium ceremony. I'll be back with race number 2 and qualifying. Qualifying's already done, surely. It's race number 2 tomorrow, so make sure that you pop back and indeed watch that. But in a couple of hours, make sure you check out the DTM Trophy as well. Plenty of racing action to come here from Monza, but the spoils in race number 1 of the weekend goes to Bence Balog.
Igen, igen. Én voltam a maszkmodon.
Vízet nem lehet, azt mondták, nem mehetünk hozzátok közel, le vagyunk szigetelve.
Oké. De azért körül szépen nézem. Magyar 1-4. Hát ez jó.
Ugye az olyat előtt a kerékek felé.
Ez hihetetlen.
Szóval megint